As you're no doubt aware, Sam Kerr, the Matildas captain, has been found not guilty in a court of law in London for her single charge of racially aggravated harassment of a police officer. That verdict, handed down by a jury of 8 women and 4 men, was unanimous. But in reading out the verdict, the judge also had these words to say to Sam Kerr. He cautioned her that it was her own behaviour that contributed significantly to the case being brought, and that will have a significant bearing on the question of costs, the behaviour she has to accept by virtue of the video recording. When the verdict was read out, some of her fans in the gallery broke down in tears. It was obviously a relief for Kerr and her family, but she remained mostly emotionless, as she has done throughout this 7-day trial. She was heard to say to a court official on her way out she hopes she never sees them again. And a short while after leaving court, she did issue this statement. She said she can finally put this challenging period behind her. While she apologises for expressing herself poorly on what was a traumatic evening, she has always maintained she did not intend to insult or harm anyone, and she's thankful that the jury unanimously agreed. She thanked her family, partner, friends and fans, and says she can now finally focus to getting back on the pitch. In the near term, she's expected to make a comeback for Chelsea, although she hasn't played for a year because of her injury, her surgery and her recovery, which has taken longer than expected. She may also return to the Matildas team as early as April, but there is still some doubt as to whether she will captain that side. That will no doubt be a discussion that she will have with Football Australia as they interrogate this whole scenario a little further. Now, Football Australia has issued a statement in which they acknowledge today's not guilty verdict regarding Sam Kerr and welcome Sam's statement. Sam has been a key figure in Australian football for many years, and we recognise the significant pressures that this matter has brought to Sam, Christy, her family and everyone involved, including the impact it's had on the game. Throughout this period, Football Australia has remained committed to supporting Sam and will continue to do so as she focuses on her footballing career, rehabilitation from injury and return to play. Football Australia invests heavily in building the behavioural standards and expectations of all involved with our game, especially for all our national team players, where leadership comes with added responsibilities on and off the field. Football Australia will reflect with Sam on learnings from this matter, and we will continue to provide appropriate support for her moving forward. We look forward to Sam's return to the pitch and her continued contributions to both her club and the Matildas on the world stage. Football Australia will not make any further comment. So one of the considerations that Football Australia will no doubt take into consideration is the split, the divide, the polarisation in the court of public opinion. Why should that matter? Well, it really does, because Sam Kerr has been so central to the building of the brand of the Matildas into Australia's most loved national team. And so public opinion does carry some weight, particularly with sponsors and those who invest in the game. As I say, it really is quite polarising. Those that support a full reinstatement of Sam and think her captaincy should not be taken away. Others who believe that it's not okay to racially abuse anybody, no matter which race they come from, and whether we hold our captains to a higher standard in that regard. So all of this is still to play out, as will be the determination of the costs to come via the court at a later date.